morning, class of 2016. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank some people in my life who have both encouraged and supported me. First, I want to thank my family, the family I've spent my entire life loving, and the family I've been lovingly welcomed into this past year. I also want to thank my professors, my mentor teachers, my bosses, the scholarship donors who have supported me financially, my peers, and my boyfriend, Josh. You all have blessed my life far greater than a full pot of coffee during finals week. Words cannot begin to express, though, the depth of my gratitude. When I began planning and preparing my speech at McDonald's, not only was I overwhelmed by thoughts of cheeseburgers and possible cheesy puns to incorporate into my speech, but I was also overwhelmed with graduation itself. We often look at graduation as the end of a chapter. We are saying goodbye to our home away from home, the people we've developed lifelong relationships with, and hopefully that freshman 15. I remember typing an inspirational commencement speech on YouTube, hoping for a feel-good message straight from Dr. Phil or Oprah. It was then that I remembered the definition of commencement. Class of 2016, we are gathered here today to celebrate the beginning of a chapter, not the end. Before we graduate, I want to invite you to journey down memory lane with me. To truly understand what Morehead State means to us, we need to figure out what kept us at Morehead. The truth is, we could have gotten an education anywhere else. We had the opportunity to transfer at any moment, and yet we did not. We stayed at Morehead because of the relationships we made here. When I think about why I stayed at Morehead, I picture the faces of so many. As I reminisce, I want to invite you to picture the faces of your professors and your peers who encouraged and supported you throughout your journey. I picture my campus father, Dr. John Curry. I will never forget when I received an email from him inviting me to his office that same day to begin working with him on my undergraduate research. I thought he was either kidding or absolutely insane. He didn't realize I was 3.5 hours away and still in high school. That was probably the only time we were working ahead. I remember his motivational speech before I presented at my first celebration of student scholarship. "Maria," he said, "you're just a freshman. Don't sweat it. You've worked hard, but I'm not expecting a win." Fortunately and very unfortunately, we won an award of merit that first year, so those expectations grew higher and higher every single year. Whether it was encouraging me to watch Doctor Who or interrogating my boyfriends to make sure they were good enough, Dr. Curry always had my best interest in mind. In fact, Dr. Curry, my dad wants to thank you for the ladder. He says he owes you one. I think about Dr. April Miller, who was both a teacher and a mentor. She pushed me more than anyone. She expects excellence, but with grace. She checked on my family and I when we were in the hospital after the car accident, and even offered to get my parents a hotel room so they wouldn't have to travel home directly after we were released. Over the summer, she kept in contact with me, asking me periodically how I was doing. Dr. Miller has always answered my very late and nervous text messages. A guest at her wedding reception, I realized just how meaningful the relationship between a professor and a student can be, and how it often transcends the classroom. I look forward to continuing my friendship with Dr. Miller and receiving her valuable advice as I move forward in my teaching career. I picture Dr. Kim Nettleton. A professor who cared so much about her students that she kept a post-it note in her office with our prayer requests. I had the pleasure of learning from Dr. Nettleton for 3 years. Her love for her students is genuine, something I wish to replicate inside and outside of my own classroom. I say outside of my classroom because Dr. Nettleton not only called me each day during my recovery from the car accident, but she also prayed for me, and she offered to pick me up from campus and take me home to live with her. Henry Adams once said, "A teacher affects eternity. He will never tell where his influence stops." Each one of my professors have not only impacted my life, but they've impacted the life of my students. As a student teacher, I have had the unique opportunity to be on both sides of the desk. I have been able to encourage a student and see him succeed, using the same tactics my professors used with me in the classroom. Fostering a strong student-teacher relationship, investing in the student academically and personally, celebrating the successes, and coming alongside one another to conquer those challenges. In addition to the many professors who have touched our lives here at Morehead, we have created friendships with our peers that are certain to last a lifetime. When I think of the friendships I have made here, a few words come to mind: vulnerable, genuine, and lifelong. Vulnerable. I picture my roommates and I singing and dancing to the Friends theme song every night in Nunn Hall. I remember one night in particular. It was the night my roommate became my best friend. We were in Destin, Florida for a spring break trip with Crew, a campus ministry, when Sarah grabbed my hand and led me to the porch. She asked me to disclose my life's greatest challenges. We sat there looking out at the ocean, crying, hugging, and thanking God for bringing us together. Genuine. My heart fills with warmth when I think about how Tri Sigma, a campus sorority, reached out to my family when one of its members heard about my 10-year-old adopted cousin battling leukemia. The girls not only held a fundraiser benefiting Elizabeth, but also sent her an encouraging card and a teddy bear. Their genuine concern for a child they had never met, my little cousin adopted from China, was unmistakably beautiful. Lifelong. I have been reminded each summer that although physically apart, our friends are always close to our heart. I have faith that the relationships we made here at Morehead will continue to thrive despite distance and time. At one point or another, I believe all of us have faced trials and tribulations while pursuing our dreams and preparing for our futures. We make countless plans expecting that everything will work out how we anticipated. When it does not, we cling to hope, and we pray that God continues to open and close doors in our lives. At times, faith is all we have. I pray you search your hearts and figure out what gives you hope, because that's what's going to carry you through the years when life's waters are torrent. In the meantime, graduates, I urge you to take a moment after commencement to appreciate those in your life who have traveled to support you, your professors who have made personal investments in you, your friends who have never left your side, and most importantly, your family who has and will continue to encourage you throughout your life. Please remember to show them appreciation and cherish every moment you have with them. I'm speaking from personal experience. I almost lost someone very dear to me a few weeks ago. And in that time, I realized just how blessed I was to have that person in my life. We never know how long we have someone before they are taken from us. The relationships we have made here at Morehead with our professors and peers are to be celebrated. But the relationships that we have with our loved ones, they're to be treasured. Remember those relationships in all of your future endeavors and choose to encourage and mentor someone as you have been. Clothe yourself in strength and dignity. Speak with wisdom. Open your arms to others, and choose to find joy by laughing at the days to come. God bless you all.